What's going on, disciples, and welcome to another video. Now, I got some interesting news coming by way of a very talented and very notable developer. And I'm super excited because if this is even kind of true, I'm here for it. I am definitely here for it, and I'm ready, and they need to go and pull the trigger. Let's go. Hit that theme music.
The Dark Disciples, your urban tech Jedi streaming in review. Hoddle's always ready to run the tools. Platinum is what we do. Rolling credits in the few. Darkness is spreading. You know what to do. Retro gaming, PlayStation, PC are the tool. If you like what I like, then subscribe to. Like, share, and comment. It only takes a few. The Dark Disciples, we stay on the.
What's going on, disciples, and welcome to another video. CEO of Sega said they are not going away from physical media, and I think this is a huge opportunity for Sega to have an emergence and a huge comeback to be able to the community know that they are back and that they come in with that heat. I'm a huge Sega fanboy, always have been. I pivoted over to PlayStation, and like I said, I'm still a PlayStation fan, but I'm not cool with Sony saying they getting rid of physical media. I have a problem with that. I have a huge problem with that, especially with the fact that physical media is the only true way to own. I have a VHS, I have a cassette tape, I have a record. I have those things, like I can physically play them. I can buy a tape deck, I can buy a record player, I can buy a CD player, you know what I'm saying, and I can play it anytime that I want to play it, and it works just as well as that digital copy. It might even be better because on those platforms you're hearing it the way that it originally was meant to be heard. You know what I'm saying? You're not sitting there getting any dulled or delayed tracks, you know what I'm saying? As far as the music, you're hearing the music in its most integral way. You know, you can call me an old head or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I'm always gonna be down with physical media. Yes, does it take up a lot of space? Yeah, and it's not to, you know, minimize or to, you know, denote the people that, you know, do or all about that digital ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? I understand, you know, so everybody doesn't have a huge amount of space to be able to have all their physical media and have those present in their game center, you know what I'm saying? Nor do they want to sit there and switch CDs. I like the option. I like optionality, so I like to have an option. But with you, more specifically with Sony taking away our physical media, they're taking away our options from us, and I'm not cool with that, because optionality is what made Sony and made them special. The fact that, you know, you can play it anywhere, you can play it in all these different formats, you know what I'm saying? And that's cool that, you know, they started that, but it's like all of a sudden they want to go ahead and take more. And I know it might not necessarily be Sony, you know, the CEO, because obviously, you know, they have stakeholders, they have board members, and these people are all about making money. They probably don't even play video games and stuff like that. But for you to sit there and tell a person that was on the cusp, that was born, you know, I consider myself Generation X, but, you know, depending on what website you're looking at, I'm a millennial, you know what I'm saying? I don't agree with it, because I was born during the times of analog, you know what I'm saying? I remember when we didn't have cell phones. I remember when we had, you know, the house phone the dial up, you know what I'm saying, house phone with the long cord, you know what I'm saying. You sitting there trying to, mac on the phone to your little girlfriend, you know what I'm saying, and you're there pulling the cord all the way up into your bedroom because households have the extra long phone cord, so you can go throughout the house with the phone cord. You just see the phone cord either stretched or dragging, you know what I'm saying. You just trying to have a little privacy moment on the phone with whoever you was on the phone with. But I remember tapes. I still have tapes. I have cassette tapes. I have CDs. I still got my CD books and everything like that. So I grew up in that age where, of course, we're on the cusp of that, but we was also young enough to remember when internet came, to household, when you was able to have that dial up, and it sucked. You had to carry an extra phone line because obviously when you go ahead and dial out, you use the phone line to be able to connect to the World Wide Web. But this is a huge opportunity, I believe, for Sega, because y'all really act like Sega ain't the one. Like, Sega is him, you know what I'm saying? So there's no reason why I think, if this winds up being true, I think this is a huge opportunity for Sega to sit there and reintroduce themselves and let the new generation as well bring back the old generations of players and reintroduce them to a better capable hardware, sophisticated, updated, and of course have a physical to the consumer at day one. You know what I'm saying? So I really think that this is a good idea, and I am for it. I am really excited about hearing about Sega's not going away, or they're not abandoning physical games. So I was reading the article, and of course it was sitting there saying the CEO of Sega, and they were sitting there saying that his name is Shui Usimami. I'm probably butchering that up. I apologize. Meant no disrespect. Said that the company still sees a place for physical game releases, even as Sony prepares to phase out their physical disc production for the new PlayStation games starting January 2028. Usman said Sega still highly values the culture of physical retail and does not intend to completely walk away from the traditional release. He added that the company is trying to move forward in a way that takes both traditional formats into account. And of course, he's quoted right there, and he is the CEO of Sega. That's really exciting news. I'm happy for it. I'm happy to hear that. It's nice to know that some game developers are willing to put the customer first and the fans first, and not look at the whole pool of money and reduce costs. And that if it costs them, I don't know, $19 to print to a Blu-ray disc the game, if it's a big game or a huge game, if they have to use multiple CDs to be able to print out a physical copy, they said they're gonna want to do it. So they're willing to accept the cost with that, and at the same time put out quality products, of course. And think about all of the IPs that Sega has. Man, if they wanted to, they really could turn the game upside down. And I'm not saying they're gonna be immediately a contender for game system of the year, or they're gonna just completely destroy the console wars, because we still got heavy hitters out there. PlayStation is still that one, you know what I'm saying? They still that one. But if I grew up on Sega. Now I love Nintendo too. I said I had Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I didn't have the GameCube, and I didn't have the N64, but I had Sega. I had Sega Genesis. I had Sega 32X. I had Sega CD. You know what I'm saying? I had them sitting on top of each other like Voltron, just stacking them. You know what I'm saying? Sega CDs to the right. You know what I'm saying? Just stacking these consoles. You throw a Game Genie on there, you good to go. But yeah, I definitely my favorite Sega system, or I say my favorite system of all time. Anybody knows me know that I love the Dreamcast, and the Dreamcast was so progressive. It was way ahead of its time, as far as innovation and graphics. You know what I'm saying? I remember the first time that I played Sega Dreamcast, and I played the new Sonic. I think it was I forget what Sonic it was, but I think it was just titled Sonic. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the graphics was groundbreaking. I like this. It wasn't a single console out there that was messing with Dreamcast. Unfortunately, Sega took a hit when the Saturn came out. There wasn't really no marketing behind it when it came out. So they introduced it. I forget what format they actually introduced it in, but they introduced the system, and they said, if you like what you saw, by the way, we got it, it's in stores right now. And they was able to at the same time of the announcement of the system, they was able to sit there and have the system already pre-ready in the stores for consumers to purchase it. I didn't own the Sega Saturn and stuff like that, but I did own the Dreamcast. I remember my mom bought it for me. It was like one of the happiest days of the night. They had the little pocket buddy that you use to put it in the controller and stuff like that. And then, like I said, they had a slew of games at release, and it was just awesome. I love that system. If I can find a decent, works really well, and if I can get a black one, it's over. I don't really care about the price if it's a Dreamcast Sport, because that's the one I want. I will put that on my entertainment center, and I will turn it on and play it probably daily. Love the Sega Dreamcast. I thought it was an awesome system. And like I said, it hurt me, when Sega had to close up shop, and I seen Sega games on the Nintendo, on PlayStation. I'm like, man, Sega should definitely be here. They should be definitely at the party, but they had to shut things down and stuff like that. But it is what it is. It's happened. But I do think this is a tremendous opportunity for Sega to come back, come strong, come with some heat, and be able to kill a game again. You know what I'm saying? And if they're gonna stick with physical media, and Sony wants to double down on or they don't want to backtrack, you know what I'm saying? Man, it could not necessarily be over for Sony, but they're gonna lose half their market, and it's probably gonna be me, because I'm not playing with them. You know what I'm saying? I want the optionality to be able to have physical media. Don't take my physical media away from me. I'm really serious about this. And if they're gonna drop an all digital system, because I already got hit over the head for the PlayStation 5 Pro. You know what I'm saying? I got physical games, so I was forced to, go out and buy a disc drive for the PlayStation. So it took my price from $700 all the way up to $800 after taxes. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's $829 I think I spent, having, and the reality is it's the PlayStation 5 Pro, and it didn't even come with a Pro controller. Yeah, I had one already, but that's not the point. For that type of money, that it should have came with a Pro controller. It shouldn't have been a regular PlayStation Dual Edge, or Dual Sense. I'm sorry, not Dual Edge. Dual Sense controller. Dual Edge is the Pro controller. But I digress. I don't know. What do y'all think about the Disciples? Like, are you gonna entertain, the idea of Sony coming? I'm sorry, Sega coming back. Are you gonna entertain the idea of, possibly copping a new Sega system? I'm excited. I'm here for it if they do it. I don't like this. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I don't care what it look like. I don't care what it costs. I know it's gonna be a banger, and I know they're gonna drop bangers. You know what I'm saying? We'll probably get a new Sonic the Hedgehog. They probably just, I don't know. Say if y'all listening, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can do so much with this. Y'all can include all the characters over the generations, and y'all can probably call the game Sonic Generations. You know what I'm saying? You have Tails. You know what I'm saying? Even if you like updated the engine. You know what I'm saying? And maybe like the first couple levels you play through like Sonic 1, Sonic 2, you know what I'm saying? And that's how they introduce the characters and stuff like that. And then it gives them an opportunity to introduce them to a new generation too as well. But I don't know. I'm definitely here for whatever Sega's got planned. And like I said, if they trying to drop a console and drop new games, like a new Streets of Rage, you know what I'm saying? Even if they wanted to sit there and put out this game was the bane of my existence, but if they want to put out a new Echo the Dolphin, and I am here for it. Trust me, I am here for it. I am gonna play it. Updated graphics, even if it's just like a remake, Echo the Dolphin remake, that it's gonna be fire. I know it is. But I don't know. I'm definitely excited about this news, of course, because this is exciting news. It also kind of gives and maybe I'm overestimating. Maybe I'm thinking that it's more than what it's going to be. But I do think this is a prime opportunity for Sega to just dig in and put out a banger. Put out a compilation CD, see how that does, or you know what I'm saying, like some retro hits, Sega, I think they coming up on an anniversary too. Alexa, when is Sega having a milestone anniversary? Is that really soon?
Sega's 66th founding anniversary is June 3, 2026. And they'll run a Sega Universe celebration year-long, but there's no Boston-specific event announced.
Okay, well, y'all heard it and stuff like that. They just actually had an anniversary in June, but I think that's amazing.
Actually, Sega's 66th anniversary already happened back on June 3rd. They're doing anniversary projects throughout 2026 for various classic games, but nothing specifically in Boston that I could find.
Right. Thanks. Thank you, Alexa. That's all. Yeah, y'all heard Alexa.
You just made my day.
You're the best. Y'all just heard it. Sega just had their anniversary, 66th anniversary. 66th anniversary? That's crazy. Has it been 60 years? We're gonna go ahead and end this video. I do appreciate everybody that slided on me and check the video. Incidentally, if you like what you saw, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Small channel, we're trying to grow, of course. And as always, if you're into the things that I'm into, then we have something in common, and I want to talk to you about it. Take it easy. Peace.
Like and subscribe to stay up to date with the latest content.